I love all my
Marvel characters.
I don't care for
Loki. The Loki show on Disney Plus has gotten rave reviews since it came out. In all honesty, it's mostly deserved. So, is it the greatest show featuring a Marvel character? Or a fraud marauding as a masterpiece? Spoiler alert for the whole show. Go watch it if you don't want to be spoiled. In 3, 2, Loki and Sylvie get married? No. But anyways. As always, I will go through the parts of the show that were enjoyable and narratively made sense first. I really liked Sylvie, for example. I wish she were my mommy. I mean, my girlfriend. Yeah, of course. I don't have any weird fetishes. Sophia DiMartino was a treat to watch on screen. She really played Loki in the way a Loki growing up in the heart of 1,000 apocalypses would be. She's not trusting of anyone and is very vengeful. She's also very likable, and the chemistry she has with Tom Hiddleston's Loki is very plain to see, and it's extremely enjoyable to see the same character being into a version of itself. I'm not gonna lie, lads, would 100% bang female me. Hey guys, just cutting in to let you know that most of you aren't subbed, so hit the sub box and bell icon, really helps the channel. Thanks. Now, back to the video. So I can relate to a narcissist learning to love himself and the world through his or her love of a different version of the same narcissistic character. The way Sylvie kills Kang the Conqueror / Immortus / He Who Remains / Nathaniel Richards / Shuck and Jive Man is very believable, coming from a person who has spent their entire existence fantasizing about killing the person responsible for ruining her life. She knew she fucked up the moment she plunged her blade in. She had a Star-Lord moment. Owen Mobius Wilson was also very good. When he got pruned, I actually felt terrible. I knew he'd come back, but damn, that was a scene and a half.
Can you shut the door? We still got a little bit of a situation here.
His buddy cop shtick with Loki is what sells the show to me, and it's a wonderful dynamic that steals the whole show. Hunter B-15 was wonderful for the little amount of screen time she got. That scene with the Blade Runner theme going was probably the best scene in the show, and I went from not caring for the character to full-blown rooting for her. The season had a very interesting plot, with lots of great moments that really got to shine through the actor's brilliance. Loki watching his entire life play out before him was equal parts heartwarming and heartbreaking. Sylvie trying and failing to learn her Nexus event made me big sad. The finale had the kiss, followed by Sylvie sending Loki through a time door to another timeline, causing him to realize that they fucked up. The look on his face when he realizes that the Mobius and Hunter B-15 he meets are not from his timeline. You can really feel his grief. And of course, the cinematography and the music gets a special mention. Loki can claim to be one of the most unique shows out there through its wholly gorgeous cinematography and sublime soundtrack. Both of these get a 10 from me and elevates the show's atmosphere and ambience. Jonathan Majors swore up and down that he wouldn't show up on the show, and here he is, the lying whore. I had a feeling they'd make a version of Kang or He Who Remains, the main guy behind the TVA, but the showrunners just went, so who do we want to cast as the main villain of the story? Kang? Immortus? Iron Lad? He Who Remains? Nathaniel Richards? Yes? I don't blame the man. He didn't really get a great script, and it takes a genuine genius to write an eons old galactic entity, so the script really wasn't there to begin with. He did what he could with it, and at the end, when he completely lost his sense of control, it was believable. But it could have been better with a better written character, or a character that was around for longer. Renslayer was the villain of the show overall, and He Who Remains being the guy at the end of time, fine, I guess. But that's what you get for paying attention in a Marvel show. You get spoiled. And the moment I saw Renslayer, I knew Kang, or some version of him, was the big bad of the show. I'll give them points for not going mass subversion of expectations. But the fact remains that I did practically spoil myself in the very first episode. Also, she was practically a cardboard cutout here and brought no real value to the show. She could have been any judge, and my suspicions of it being Kang would be gone, as anyone aside from the hardest of hardcore comic reader would probably not be able to figure it out. It's a fine line to walk, I agree, not spoiling your big villain while still giving clues to the viewer so they can go, ah, at the end as they see the dotted lines connect is hard. Sherlock is a good example. But if you want the audience to wonder who's the real villain, you have to present it as a mystery. I don't think anyone even minimally acquainted with comics would be shocked at this reveal. I'm nitpicking, but they should have killed Mobius. No, guys, please don't go. I'm not a heartless monster. No! By the end of the show, Loki ends up in another universe anyway. The pruning of Mobius gives us the saddest moment of the show and could work in becoming a huge piece of motivation for Loki. That would have made him becoming a good guy much more natural, and the heartbreak of seeing Mobius at the end just to realize that it's a different timeline, even greater. I know pruning kills no one, and all the weapons at the TVA are pruning weapons. So if he gets pruned, he should end up in the void same as the rest. Yet the show has made it a point that Lokis are the only beings capable of surviving the void. The whole survivor and whatnot. So how come Mobius survives the void? The show could have had his sacrifice mean more by him having to die and only reappear once Loki gets kicked back into the TVA again at the end of the season. Also, many people online have been saying how unconvincing Loki's abrupt face turn was. For the uninitiated, a face in wrestling means a good guy. For many, Loki becoming a good guy so fast was jarring. I kind of agree, but also kind of see the counterpoint. I mean, he had a Ghost of Christmas Future moment in the first episode, and that seems to turn Scrooge into a good guy in seconds flat. So it's not the stupidest thing in literature. There's plenty of other criticism, but I think most of it is unfair. Time travel plots are always difficult to do regardless of which direction you take it, and I think Loki's time travel was explained well enough. Also, many have an issue with Loki and Sylvie's relationship, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'd fuck the shit out of a female variant of myself. An honest to god good show without doubt. The show has a little something for all kinds of Loki fans, such as the Tumblr chicks who will no doubt self-insert themselves as Sylvie, but is it a masterpiece? I mean, I guess? It's hard to quantify what makes a masterpiece. Believe me, Loki is not the best show starring a Marvel character. That distinction goes to Daredevil, barring season 2. It's a great watch, no doubt, and had me waiting all week to catch up with it. But at the end of the day, I'm super 50-50 about it being a masterpiece. Perhaps the next season will make it more clear if this deserves such high distinction. But should you watch it? Absolutely. It's a great show and I will be recommending it to all of you, even if you're not into cape shit. That's all for me today, lads. Like and sub, hit the box, smash the bell icon, you know the drill. And let me know in the comments if I'm right, or should I consume more and understand how good Loki really is. Anyways, thanks for watching.